Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to a special Sunday afternoon session where I'm coming back on just to complete this morning's free readings that I was not able to get to. I had a ton, and I'm not back on until Friday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time for the next free readings. So I like to come on to finish those out because I love giving back to my community. Big thank you to all of those who gave donations and my monthly members who allow me this ability to give these free readings. So big shout out to you guys. We've got a long list. Let's see. After I finish this session, I will pin a comment in the description box of the video down below listing all of the individuals. It's a long list, so you might have to click more to see the full amount. And I know some people had mentioned that they have trouble accessing the video. So if you're able to post a comment, if you can't find your reading, if you post a comment when I'm able to, I'll find it and give you a timestamp. But please try to find it first. All right, so let's get started. I am going to be using this beautiful Sanctus Concordia tarot deck still. And sorry for my squeaky chair. There we go. Sounds like a ship at sea creaking here. All right. So up first, we got Smooth Life. We left off with you. And you wanted to know the journey towards your destined partner. What does Spirit want you to know about your journey towards your destined partner? All right. Well, I guess that's it. Two cards came flying out. All right. Wow. Look at this. How beautiful. I know. Well, show it to us and I can see it, right? Here you go. You got the Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles, if you can see that, there is a beautiful, it is two people together with children and a dog in the house and the Ten of Pentacles. It's one of the cards that Spirit uses for me to talk about partnership and about relationship, and I love that. So it definitely is on its way here. You have the Queen of Pentacles, which is about abundance, nurturing, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and so your journey here starts with nurturing yourself, and the Ten of Pentacles is what just unfolds organically in your life as you focus on your self-love, living your passion, doing the things you love in your life, not making a partnership your goal, like, this is my life purpose, but that it's like, what do you want to do? How do you want to express this love in your life, this love for yourself? And as you do that, that's what brings in this, 10 of Pentacles type of relationship instead of a lower vibrational relationship. It's important for you to focus in on your self-love and creating the love you have for yourself, because no one's going to be able to love you like you love yourself. No one can give you the love you're looking for except yourself, that you find inward and upward, and that helps transform your outside world to make it feel and be this feeling of above and beyond extra, because you're finding your fullness in here. No one can give that to us. We can only find it in here. We look for it out here, it's disappointing, it falls short. So we find it in here first, and then it's above and beyond extra, like, wow, it just blows us away, right? So important thing here with the focusing on you, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and then the relationship comes in its timing. It'll actually come faster as well. The more we raise our love vibration, the faster the pull is on those relationships. Otherwise, it comes in very slowly. So good to know. All right, Smooth Life, that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then Minahil, you are up. And thank you so much for putting together the list there. I know it it helps people when we do that. But it also throws them all off when of course I have when I prioritize the donations, because then people are counting or something and they're like, where am I? Where am I? Where am I? And I'm like, free readings, you just get in line and you wait, right? So I appreciate you doing that. And you wanted to know about the your future spouse's negative traits. Wow. So, um, we've got the Empress and we've got the Four of Wands. And So this would the 4 of Wands is the marriage card here, the joy, the celebration, the Empress card, is about new birth and sensuality and abundance. They're very positive cards. And so when you're asking about negative traits of your spouse, it's like they don't have any. You're like, yeah, right. Or maybe they feel like they don't have any. But I feel like that they might put a little pressure around the wedding. I feel like the only and in negativity, it's just like lower vibrational. We'll say what traits do they have of fear? Because that's what negativity is. Things are not right or wrong, good or bad. They're just higher vibration and lower vibration emotions and energies. And when I saw these cards, the only thing that I could feel come through that's has fear in it is that they fear that the wedding won't be the way that you want it, and then that the family wants it, and that you know, there's this Empress energy of I feel like they might put their mother, right? Oh God, their mother on a pedestal in a way, and that would be the only thing that kind of the fear of not living up to the mother and not pleasing them, and I feel like that's a lot of what is here because the Empress rules over all the queens. So the matriarchal fears, I think, are the only thing that they have a strong, not that they're a mama's boy, but they're a mama's boy. And I feel like it's not necessarily a negative trait. It just those that can cause challenges, right? Between husband and wife when the the you know the spouse is compared, and there's this the mother daughter-in-law type of challenge that comes in, and that the spouse wants to be first, but you know uh there's this battle between who's first, right? That's the only thing that's there, and I don't feel like it's a huge thing out of it all either, because I feel like, it's not a h I didn't feel like it was like, "Oh my god." It just feels like, this is a little bit of what it is there. But great, and I feel like that actually makes the marriage so good because, when we're looking at that kind of relationship that comes in because they treat their mother so well, it allows this um, deep respect. They have deep respect for women, and it's like, wow, good, right? So that's what's coming in, many hills. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what's coming in. So many, many blessings. And then Lynx Lee, you are up next. Do you have a future with a Leo? Let's take a look here and see. Based on current energies, what does the future hold? Of course, futures are always fluid depending on energy. So we're just doing a tap in going at this point in time. Is there a future there? We've got the Queen of Swords and we got the Three of Pentacles. You know, it feels like there's just a lot of undeterminedness here because the Queen of Swords is balancing of the heart and the mind, and she brings in a lot of clarity around the emotions. The Three of Pentacles is about being true to one's authentic self here. And there is a future, but I don't I don't feel like it's determined on what kind of future it is. This Leo really is going back and forth between their heart and their mind. Three of Pentacles is a huge thing for them though, but they don't want to be caged. They don't want to be trapped. They have this I got to be true to my authentic self. And I feel like that's why it's so undetermined because they're trying to determine what is their authentic self. Like, I got to be me. And they're like, well, who are you? Well, I'm figuring it out. You're like, well, kind of, doesn't that rely on each other? But I feel like that's what's going on here. They just had they were caged a lot of their life and they're just enjoying this freedom of not having uh, to have all this intention and stuff on there. So it's undetermined right now, Linksley. Um, I don't feel like it's a fated relationship because it would show up, yes, that there's this. So it's not a fated relationship. And let me just take a look here. Do you have a fated relationship in this lifetime, a partner? No, you don't. In this lifetime, you don't have an absolute. It can go either way. It's choice that's coming in here for you. What I mean by that is that in every lifetime, we have a minimum experience and maximum, and we have all the stuff that we want to experience, and we have fated things. Like if we want a marriage to a certain person, it's all predetermined, and we're like, yeah, I'm definitely going to have this fated relationship. It definitely will happen. It's all designed for you guys to meet and get married in this. Some lifetimes we don't have fated relationships of marriage. We just have opportunities of experiencing different mirrors throughout our life. Doesn't mean that we won't get married and we can't. It just means that it's not fated, and that's what's coming in here is there's not this absolute fate. Yeah, even on the bottom of the deck here. Got the 6 of Cups, which is all the past lifetime type of energy, which is telling us, we have all these different lifetimes. There's lifetimes that we have a lot of marriage and fated relationships that we want to, and others are there's these possibilities of these different optional relationships, but you don't have an absolute that has to be. So it's left up to you what you want in marriage and relationships in this lifetime. Wow, the power, right? The stress. No, you don't have to stress. You get to choose, which is great, right? Well, we always choose. We either choose before we come down here or we choose while we're here. In this case, you didn't choose one while for this lifetime while you're up there. You're going to choose one in this lifetime, just to clarify. All right, so that's what they got for you. And then Pinky, you are up next. Energy reading between you and your future spouse. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about you and your future spouse? Okay. All right, 2 major arcana coming in here. Let's see if I can do this. So you do have, I feel like water sign connection. You got the moon, which is a lot of Pisces, definitely water energy, and the chariot, the known to be Cancer sign energy, which is another water, and then rules over Cancer, the Cancer sign. So we've got this energy here that's going between that's very deep, deep emotion. um, which is both amazing and also fun, challenging. Because if you both have strong, strong emotions, yeah, and you even got on the bottom of the deck the 2 of Cups and the Queen of Cups, deep, deep emotion, definitely here through all these cards here. But when you both have a lot of emotion, there's those challenges that come in because um, you're going to fall deeply, deeply in love, and balance is important, right? But there can be imbalance in the amount of love that you give. But also, that means with, and you might have this balance. It depends on the rest of your guys' chart, but I feel like you have such strong water energy that you guys can tend to emotionally decide things, and then it's like, "Oh, crap. We should have thought of a little more about this before we invested in that or went on this trip or did this." You'll do a lot of emotional decisions, and you guys will learn, "All right, we gotta have some checks and balances here, babe," you know? So I feel like that, and I like this energy, though, but very, very deeply, like, wow. But, definitely water signs. Water, 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 water. You guys are both influenced by the moon, so it's important, if you don't do it already, Pinky, is to um, follow the moon signs, follow the moon um, phases. We go every 28, 29 days, we go through the entire zodiac. So every 2 to 3 days, the sign changes, and so does the element. So we go from fire to earth to air to water to fire to earth, and all of those influence our emotions differently. All the different signs influence it too, as a different twist. And so if you get something like I got one here. we've got, let's see if I don't knock everything down here. You can get something like a daily planetary guide if you want, or you also can um, follow it online too. There's a lot of free things online, and you can just follow the moon and what is the moon in now, and then you can search the internet, moon in blah blah blah, and it'll tell you the energies. And even in doing a moon journal, fol- following how the moon impacts you, and then even once you guys find each other, you can uh, keep track of like a couple's moon journey and going, how does this moon affect each other? And then you're aware of like, okay, today's not the day to do this because they're going to fly off the handle, and so am I. We'll wait to do that on this day because we're more grounded in that earth energy, you know. So it helps become aware of that type of stuff. So I like it, free pinky. A little bit of insight into your relationship. So many blessings. Right, and then Cutie, you are up next, and you wanna know a general reading. What does spirit want you to know right now? Okay. All right. So you've got the Queen of Swords and the Six of Wands. I like the Queen of Swords is bringing in this beautiful balance here. She's balancing the heart and the mind. She's allowing you to see things from both perspectives. And in doing this, this beautiful balance brings in the Six of Wands, which is victory, flow of energy, and also balanced passions. Could be with another person or individuals. It doesn't have to be romantic or passionate, but this energy between you is balanced. All this is about balance, balance, balance with this right now. And so there is an important message here of allow your heart to have a say so, but also balance it with your mind and allow that inspiration that comes in. You'll have you'll have this like kind of flow of energy that comes in. It's like, oh, da, 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 da," you know, you want to do a whole bunch. It's like, do one thing and then do another, do another. Don't jump to going, well, I want to do this thing and then I'll come back and do these things. When you go do that thing, you're not going to have the energy to come back to do those things. So it's like, do it in order because you're going to poop out at some point because there's like this flood of a bunch of energy. And it's like, yeah, but just because the battery's full doesn't mean you have to diet all the way down to into the red again. It's like your battery's recharged, do some things, but balance is important right now. So I like that for you, cutie. That's what they have for you. So many blessings. And then great, almighty great quartz, you are up next. So is a biochemistry something that will satisfy you? And then you go to traditional Chinese medicine. And what does the universe say about this? All right, let's take a look here and see, is biochemistry for your highest experience to go to first? And what else? You know, the 10 of swords is what came through first, which is endings and beginnings, letting thoughts and expectations and all of that go. And it's an ending and a beginning around education. And then the King of Wands here, which is looks like Chinese medicine, maybe. But the King of Wands is about getting out of your head about what would everyone else say, want, blah 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 blah. You know, that advice they give, and it's about determining what you want and letting the rest go, and you putting form around what you want and stepping forward for it. So if you're like, I feel like biochemistry is it feels like with all these cards that that's what you think you're supposed to do, or maybe that's the better thing to do, or blah, 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 but it's of the mind, it's not of your passion and of your heart. And I feel like you're just supposed to go straight into traditional Chinese medicine. And if you want to come back around and learn biochemistry later, as a hobby. Just kidding. That's a joke. But if you want to come back and learn it later, that you can. But there, I feel like what's going on in the universe and the planet that we're going to need you in traditional Chinese medicine in earlier than later. So it's important for you to learn it now. and then you can learn the science later, but the Chinese medicine is important. So that's what's coming in for you, great quartz. Hopefully, if that resonates. If you're like, no, no, I really think I want to do biochemistry, then go do biochemistry. There's no right or wrong. I just feel like if you're going to ask them, they're like, you know what, um, Chinese medicine first and that other stuff later. But do what you want. There's no wrong or right, you know. And so if you're like, well, I'm going to go try it, you can go try it. And then you're like, okay, no, I'm going to go do Chinese medicine. There's no right or wrong. There's no judgment. So do what you like to do, right? All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Many blessings to you. And then Doll Face Diva, you'd like messages from Spirit. Let's see, what do they want you to know right now, Doll Face? All right. And that one. All right. So this moon energy that's coming up here next week, the full moon in both January, which is a Leo full moon, coming up next Thursday, and then the next full moon in February are going to bring you some awareness around the Seven of Swords, around your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are deceiving you or have cheated you out of opportunities in the past. We're never truly cheated out of anything. It's part of our journey, right? Which is a whole nother subject, but you know, whatever's meant for us never passes us by. So when we feel cheated out of something, it's because it was a part of a, I don't say a play, but it was part of a experiences to bring these things to you. The things truly meant for you are up here, but they're going to throw some things to become aware of these limitations so that you can remove these limitations and release the stuff before you get to the real stuff. It's like practice, and then the reality, it comes later, if that makes sense. But the moon energy is important for you. This we have a pick a card coming out on Wednesday that talks about release and how you can use this energy to release some things out of your life. And I feel like you release like 4 swords now, and then the other 3 swords on the February full moon. And I feel like it's an important thing for you with that. So some great release. I feel like there's things around the Leo energy that you're releasing. I think Virgo, I think it goes in order. I should note this, right? But the Virgo, I think it's a Virgo full moon. Whatever the full moon is in February, the energy of that also releases the other stuff that you're wanting to release regarding that. So that's what they have for you, Dollface Diva. So enjoy your full moon release ceremonies if you choose to do those. All right. Continue moving down the list. We got Goldie. You are up next. You'd like messages from Spirit. So let's take a look here. Some messages from Spirit for Goldie. What else? All right. Excuse me. Yeah, you definitely have this balancing energy coming in here. You got the 6 of Swords. So sorry. 6 of Swords, 6 of Wands. Let's see if we can do it. There we go. 6 of Swords, 6 of Wands. It's balanced energy, you know, 3 on each side, even like this river. It shows it's smooth movement, letting go of old ways of thinking, allows you to move forward. And both of these are action, movement, flow. You have the 2 of Pentacles that wanted to be seen too, which is all about balancing and the flow of cycles too. But they're wanting to let you know that, you know, it starts with some mindsets, that there's some old ways of thinking that you can let go, that brings in this balancing of energy for you, brings in this movement. And I just feel like it helps bring a calmness around your life to where you can see there's these choices to make and that you're making movement on it. I feel like this also is telling us that there's, you know, sometimes we have decisions to make and we're like, I don't know which one to do because we don't have all the information we need. I feel like this is also bringing in information over the next 2 to 3 weeks that brings in such clarity that it makes decisions that you have to, or not have to make, but decisions that are coming up that you are wanting to make. It brings clarity, it makes them no-brainers. Whereas before you're like, I don't know which way to go. And then they're like, well, how about this? And you're like, oh yeah, I'm taking that. You know, it's like that thing's about to explode. I'm not going to get on that boat. I'm getting on this boat. It's not like that, but it's like, obviously, if I know that one's not gonna it's gonna sink at sea, I'm not going on that boat. It's a no-brainer. I'm going on this one that makes it to its destination. And so that's the kind of information that's coming in for you, and I like it. So a lot of clarity, a lot of balance for you. Right. So many blessings, Goldie. And then Kritika Mahotra. Hi. I love that. I don't know if that's the way you're wanting that to sound, but I am applying it. And you are very welcome for your previous readings. And want to know, what is your ex Kavya planning or thinking? Whoa. He was irritating your friend a few days back, and she clearly told him that I don't want anything to do with him, right? All right, let's take a look here. So, what is he planning? What is he thinking? What's going on in the mind of Kavya here? So, what's on his mind, and what is he? Oh, that's what he was planning. And what is he thinking? Okay, yeah, his plans here. You know, he's wanting to face his fears with the Knight of Wands and the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is insomnia, nightmares. It's been a lot on his mind, a lot of fears about what it means about him, da 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 da. And the Knight of Wands is a little bit about passion and, missing any kind of affection. But I do feel like they're just wanting, their plans are, I need to deal with these fears of mine. And the thinking here, they got the Four of Wands. I mean, the Four of Swords, which is peace of mind, mental stability. The Tower here, they're thinking a lot about this. The Tower is something being removed out of your life, thus the X, right? But they're just trying to come to a place in their mind where they can, go from this nightmare to this peace of mind, kind of energy that's coming in here. And it's just they're trying to figure things out, and they're trying to understand it with their head. And they will, their passions, they're a very passionate type of person, so they will, get a little overzealous, and then they back off. They're like a frying pan. They heat up fast, they cool off fast. And they're just trying to figure things out. And depending on what's going on in their life in the moment, but I don't feel like I feel like they were more looking to see if they could get back to relieve their fears and to maybe have a little intimacy. But I feel like they just feel very scattered, in their thinking with all these fears. That's what happens when we're in fear. We're confused because we're not thinking clearly. We're thinking like a 2-year-old. I want my toy back now. I'm going to throw a tantrum. That's what happens when we're in fear, because we knock out the intelligent, compassionate, loving side of us to survive. And so he's in kind of a survival mode, in and out of survival mode. So when he's in survival mode, he does stupid stuff, says stupid things, unkind, unloving. And then when he's back calm, then he's intelligent and compassionate and loving. But then when he's in fear again, he acts stupid. And so it's like, he's figuring it out. He's on this little merry-go-round of emotion and overthinking and fears. And so I don't feel like there's anything dangerous or anything, going with that. He might try to reach out to you, but I don't feel like this is I feel like your time with them is done. So even if they say, "Oh, I want to try again," blah 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 blah, that's okay, because you have a new passion coming in here with the Ace of Wands. That's coming your way. Someone who's more in alignment, so you don't even have to give it a thought. Don't have to give it any energy. um, Start focusing on gratitude and all that, because if you're worried about it, if your energy is focusing on what you're missing with them, fear about them, or what you hate about them, you're drawing them to you, and we don't want that, right? You want to focus on gratitude, love, joy, laughter. You draw in things like that. You won't draw him in. Okay. All right, that's what they have for you. So many blessings, Kritika, Mahotra, and Anusri. You are up next. Are you going to meet your future spouse soon? Let's take a look here. All right. Anything else? All right. Well, I like that they're giving you an incentive. Got the Nine of Cups, which is like emotional dreams come true, but not soon. I know, right? It's like, "Oh, yeah, what?" The Judgment card here, which is your higher self calling you to this higher place. They want you to go through this first, and it actually helps you bring this feeling of dreams come true, wishes come true emotionally, because the 9 is the hermit's journey and the emotions. This is spirit having you step back, connect higher with them, and fill up and expand your self-love, that connection with that unconditional love from above. And it's always a win-win, win-win-win in those situations, and that's why spirit talks about it so much is we can as humans, we have learned to build obstacles and fill the pipeline full of a lot of stuff that that shrinks the amount of self-love we have, and so we don't have a whole lot of love flowing between us and the upper realms, but we also aren't able to give and receive love to humans in the outside world very much at all either. If I love myself that much, that's how much I can send out and receive, right? But the more I expand my self-love, the more I expand this pipeline too, so I get this beautiful, full feeling of unconditional love, and I fill up and I'm overflowing, and then that flow is going out, and then they're able to give love back, and that's above and beyond extra. That's that 9 of cups. Turns into the 10 of cups of just this overflowing love in your life. So the amount of effort and energy you put in is what speeds up things and brings it to you, because the reason things are going slow right now is it's giving you opportunity to raise your love vibration, to open up that pipeline, so that you don't meet and fall in love and you're like, here, this I'm giving you drip a little bit of love, and they're like, this is it. And they're giving you all this flood of love and you're all drip, that's all you're getting back, and you're going, that's it. Causes problems. So the bigger the flow of love that can happen between you, the better, and that's why they're having it delayed. As soon as you do that, you start moving up and clearing that pipeline out and opening up this beautiful love, then things start speeding up too. So I like it. All right, that's what they have for you in news 3. So many blessings to you. And then Hot Sun, hello. What is coming towards you in love, and what's at the bottom of the deck too? So demanding. I'm just kidding. I hear a please. I know I got the please in your energy. That's what we got here. All right. Well, bottom of the deck energy is the 4 of Wands. Joy, celebration, gatherings, and marriage, wedding energy, right? That's what's at the bottom of the deck. And so, what's coming towards you in love? Yeah, you got the 6 of Pentacles and the Empress. So, there is this giving and receiving, and the Empress is, nurturing and celebration and creativity, new birth. So, it definitely is coming its way here. But the 6 of Pentacles, d- have we talked about the 6 of Pentacles? We have, um, this balanced or out of balance rate of giving and receiving exchange that most humans have, because when we're younger, we the important people in our life, we look to that to define our rate of love exchange, even abundance and all that. But when we have to give so much to someone and we get so little back, because usually it's parents and they're like stretched to the gill, right? They're trying to work and pay attention to all the family members, do all this stuff, blah blah blah, and they're like, this is how much time they have left for us, and they give it to us, but it's not a whole lot compared to how we feel like we're giving to them. And then we have this out of balance giving and receiving that's running on autopilot below the surface. So I have a free in my playlist on my main page at the very top. There's a Take 10 with Zen video series. Episodes 4 and 5 talk about bringing in things that are faded to us sooner. Episode 5 is about the Six of Pentacles, and it gives you some like a tool on what you can do to help bring that down from 1 to 1,000 to 1 to 1 that allows love to come in sooner for you as well. So I like that for you, and that's what they would like you to focus on right now. Yeah, hermit journey. Spend some time looking into those things, reviewing it because it's freeing. It transforms. It's these force fields drop, and all this stuff starts coming into your life in amazing ways. So I like it. And that's what they have for you, Hot Sun. Some many blessings to you. And then we have Shri Anu. Hello, hello. Aquarius is higher self messages. So let's take a look here. What does this Aquarius higher self want you to know? Probably something very in their head. You know how they are. I'm an Aquarius sun. All right. So the message that this higher self of the Aquarius is it's all about joy and victory here. Three of Cups is joy, joy, joy. And celebration, and the Six of Wands is victory, victory, victory in celebration. So you got these two very positive cards, and there's this message from the Aquarius higher self is like, what helps with everything in your life is focusing on victory and gratitude and joy and laughter. What are you grateful for in your life, right? Focus on unconditional love, that joy, that laughter, the peace, all the success. Focus on those higher vibrational things that brings in higher vibrational things to you, and lower vibrational things transform or leave your life. And so they're giving you this huge hint that your energy controls so much of what you draw into your life, and you are the master of that. The universe is listening to us. We're speaking into a microphone. Whatever we're focusing our energy on, I'm like, oh, look, broken stuff. Like, oh, you like broken stuff? More broken stuff. Broken, broken, broken. No, no, no. I am grateful for this wonderful, oh, more of that stuff comes in, right? And so that's what their Aquarius higher self is bringing this saying, focus on joy and celebration. Why are you being so serious? And so more be quirky, be weird, enjoy, let your child self out to play and focus on joy and celebration. So and victory. So that's coming through there for you. So many blessings. Shri Anu and Eagle, you are up next. You'd like to know a general for next week. Let's take a look here and see what we've got going on here. All right, for next week, kind of you have this Eight of Pentacles, which does show that you've been putting in some hard work into some things into your life. And the Eight of Pentacles does show the reward and the fruition of it coming forward here for you as well. And the Empress is like it's like almost this message of you've been working your bohiny off and investing a lot of energy, and the High Priestess is like, it's okay to take some breathers next week. Step back, have some time for yourself, allow yourself time to regenerate and recharge. And it's not always have to be overworking yourself. The reward is coming, and you've done what you've needed to do. So it's important for you to take that time to reflect on what's next. You have this stuff coming. It's like the caterpillar's gone through the cocooning and becoming caterpillar juice, and it's formed the butterfly. You're getting ready to break out of the cocoon as a butterfly, and it's like, okay, take a rest. And it's like you're leaving the cocoon and you're just standing there, and it's like, rest, butterfly, let your wings dry before you head off and fly. And I feel like there's this time of, it's okay, allow a pause, allow some rest, allow a recharge before you go on your next journey as a butterfly somewhere. So hopefully that makes sense to you, or as an eagle. I know, an eagle butterfly. But I like that. There's this, give yourself the nurturing and allow yourself to rest. So I like it. All right. That's what they have for you, Eagles. So many blessings. And then Starfall, you are up next. Hi. So, what should your focus be on next month? And you're welcome. So, what does Spirit, there's no shoulds in the spirit world. It's just like, well, what's more from my highest experience? What if I asked you what advice would you have, would you recommend? Because there's no should. They're not going to judge you going, well, I told you you're supposed to do that and you didn't do that. So I told you so. Nothing like that. You're like, hey, what's for my highest experience? Can you give me a little point? Show me the way. And they're like, yeah, we'll tell you that. So for your highest experience that you're wanting to experience here, for next month, your focus is focusing on your higher self. You've got the strength card here, which this is your higher self. This is your human self up here. And with the strength card, it's about knowing and discovering and transforming this energy next month of that the outside world can't bring you what will make you feel whole and complete. We're told relationships, situations, and things going to fill us up. And that lion goes out, does all that, and goes like, "Why am I still hungry? In fact, I'm even more hungry than I was before." And so he becomes this hangry, hungry, angry, roaring lion, demanding, I need sustenance. What's happening? And then that's when our higher self comes down and goes, I have what you're looking for. You've been looking for unconditional love, which you can't find out there. You can only find that inward and upward. And so they complete us. And so, our human and our spirit don't need to battle because our ego, our human, not our human ego isn't killed by our spirit, even though we're taught that, right? Oh, it must destroy the ego. Well, it can't. Sorry, itch, itch, itch. Okay, there we go. Does that mean you're getting money? I don't know. What does that mean? Itchy nose. Um, but there's this, fullness that comes from it. Our higher self completes our ego and doesn't want to destroy it. And I feel like that's what's happening here. The Five of Wands is this transformation of energy from something that feels very conflicting and fiery, like battling against an ego, to completing it with unconditional love. And I feel like this is what the focus for next month is realizing that the outside world can't give you what you're looking for. That's only can come from your higher self. And once you complete that, changes the energy of the outside world to where it doesn't fall short and it's not lacking because you're filling up on the inside. Instead, it becomes above and beyond extra, and it makes it feel like, wow, look all the abundance I have in my life because I got everything I need in here. So anything I get out there is just extra, right? It's like being a billionaire and then you go get a job and that's just extra money on top of the billions. And you're like, why am I working? And you're like, exactly. All right. So that's what they have for you, Starfall. So many blessings to you. Hopefully that resonates there. And Felicia Fang, hello, hello. So, will your interview go well today? I had too little time to prepare for it. Well, you want to change your attitude about it, right? Right off the bat. We want to change the frown and turn it upside down and realize you had the exact amount of energy and time to prepare. In fact, maybe it was designed to where you didn't have time to prepare, so you can just go in and be yourself and not try to, feel the pressure of I got to share all this stuff, right? Because here you go from the Five of Pentacles, feeling lack, abandonment, being left out in the cold, to the Wheel of Fortune. So this is the difference between the two. Just change your energy from feeling like you're lacking and low, and realize that everything with that Wheel of Fortune happens for us, and that what is meant for you won't pass you by. So you can take the pressure off. You can just go in, have a great conversation, hang out, and then whatever unfolds for you. But it's going to be for you, and even your human is feels like it's for you, whatever outcome comes from it. So you can relax, just get out of the mindset of lacking, falling short, being left behind, not being worthy. low opinion of your skills and all that. It's think about all the things that you feel you're good at. Focus on that right now. And that's what they want you to do. All right. So many blessings to you, Felicia. And then Ms. Bain, you'd like a general reading. So let's take a look here and see what does Spirit wants you to know right now in this moment. All right. So you've got the Seven of Pentacles, which is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit normally, but with this Queen of Wands that you're getting in here too, she is a go-getter. She is whatever she puts her energy towards, she accomplishes. And I feel like the Seven of Pentacles is you're getting into this place in your life where you're getting some fruit from stuff that you've done, and you're like, really, apples? Why did I want apples? I'm getting apples, as my reward. And it's like, oh, that's right. Everybody else wanted apple pie and apple juice and apple sauce and apple cider and apple fritters and all this apple stuff, apple crisp. But I really want guacamole. And you're making this alteration. You're like, this isn't bringing me what I thought it would. And I'm okay. I've learned from it, but I'm done with it. I'm ready to engage and head in a different direction into something more aligned with your passion for your life. So I feel like this is what they're saying. Whatever this is in your life, it could be relationships, it can be job, it could be education, it could be anything. It's like what I thought I wanted and I'm getting some, I'm like, not really what I wanted. I'm changing direction and it's supported. And I like that. All right. So that's what they have for you, Ms. Rack. And then Shay B, you are up. So status of your heart. All right. Beep, 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 your emotional heart, I'm assuming. I was saying, wow. Okay. That's a lot of cards. Let me just shuffle these back up. Your heart is leaping. It has a lot of energy in there. Okay. This one card did not want to be shuffled with the rest. So, okay, these must be your cards. So the status of your heart here, you have the Two of Cups, which makes sense with it being your status of your heart. It is desiring partnership. It wants closeness. And the Five of Wands is this change of power, this change of energy from something that felt very fearing before into something that is much more loving, more kind. Got the World card on the bottom too, which is ending of old cycles and beginning of new here. And so your heart is yearning. Um, and the Five of Wands is kind of transforming this conflict you have around wanting partnership. The Two of Cups is about partnerships of all kinds, romantic, friends, family, but it's also with your higher self. And I feel like that's an important piece of the transformation here because your heart is yearning, but it's yearning for something that the outside world can't give it. It's yearning for that unconditional love from back home. That when we voluntarily veil ourselves from access to that unconditional love energy, our little heart that's used to just being flooded with that love energy on the other side, unconditional love energy, starving. It's like, I'm so hungry. And the outside world is like a little, here's a crumb. And it's like, didn't even fill me up. I didn't even taste it. I think it dissolved in the air while you were throwing it to me. It's that higher love that it's searching for. And I feel like this is what Spirit is wanting you to know about the status of your heart is it's starving. It does want that love from above. And it's important to step back and connect upward and focus on that love. Because then when it is full and it's overflowing, then it'll allow this extra love from the outside world going, oh, yeah, that's above and beyond extra. They're going to, it's like they give you the meal and dessert, and they're bringing you more dessert from the outside world. And you're like, I'll take more dessert. Sure. But we're not like, oh my God, I need to have your dessert. It's like, I'll take your dessert. Don't need it, but I want it, but I don't need it. But I want it, but I don't need it. So that's what's coming in right now for you, Shay B. So many blessings to you. And then Tortoise Love, you are up next. Hello, hello. So, yes, you can have a free reading. Go, what are the real feelings of the your specific person towards you? All right. Let's take a look here. So, what are the real feelings? What's really going on in there? And of course, their real feelings are other people's feelings for us have to do with the feelings they have for themselves. When we ask, like, how does that person love me? Well, they love you as much as they love themselves, which can be like depending on how they're doing, right? So it's important to know that. But okay, you don't have to worry about that here. Got the 10 of cups, which is full and overflowing love that's coming in here. The 10 of cups is like one of the ultimates. The judgment card here is this higher calling that they have going on in their life too. It's it allows them to see things from a higher perspective, but they are being drawn into this um like life purpose type of energy for their life. They have a lot of these feelings, but when we're looking for love on the outside to complete us, it always falls short. It has nothing to do with who it is. Humans can't give us what we're looking for, right? We always have to look inward and upward to find that. And I feel like they're being pulled to this higher place, your person here, and they're um, trying to connect with their high heart to find out what is my life purpose, what is my dharma, how do I want to impact the world, what's my way of serving the world. And they can do it together, but they have to find this love and this purpose within them. So if you feel like something's off, it's because they're kind of feeling like this, but why am I here? I appreciate the love and I love the relationship, but I feel empty. Doesn't have anything to do with you or anyone else. Has to do with that they need to find that purpose within themselves. So that's what's coming in with that energies there, tortoise. So hopefully that makes sense there. So many blessings to you. All right. And God's daughter, hopefully you're able to access this. But your question is, why are married videos coming up everywhere? YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, every day. You just want to know why they're are they taunting you? What are they doing? Let's take a look here and let's find out. All right. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know here. Yep, we've got here the Five of Swords. Interestingly enough, is telling me about technology, but the Death card is about endings and beginnings. And um, the reason why it's coming out here, it's funny because if we've ever, this is all it has to do with algorithms. That's funny that they're bringing that in here. But the Five of Swords is in the collecting of information. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. If you ever notice that when you search for something on your internet, if it's wedding, marriage, relationship, love, if we do something, it goes, "Ooh, they wanna know more about this." They start bringing it all over the place. They'll start and then we watch it, we click on it, we access it, it just reinforces them going, "Ooh, they want more, they want more, they want more." So some of it does have to do with technology, um, that's coming in here, which is the design of these algorithms. If you ever, you know, you search U-Haul, suddenly get all this information on moving and everything, and you're like, "Wow, yeah, they're watching me." Because it is, there's some algorithms that you click somewhere or you have an unclick somewhere, and so they're bringing that stuff up. But you also have the Death card coming in here, which is a rebirth, endings and beginnings. That's coming in here too, which there's always a purpose to everything. There's the human reason why it's happening, and then there's the higher and under the surface reason why it's happening, which is your spirit. And this Five of Swords is the change of way of looking at things, this inner conflict about marriage, about fears around marriage, your head and your heart battling each other around marriage. And so it's coming up here to allow you, yeah, you even have the 5 of Wands, which is transformation of energies. So got these fives, which is this, you're being nudged to look at your belief systems around what marriage is supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, who they're supposed to be, I'm supposed to be, blah, blah, blah. All these rules and fears and, stress that comes in around those. The head is saying, this is what it all has to be. And the heart goes like, but I want this. So the head and the heart battle, and these marriage things are being brought all over the place because it's the time for you to look at this. You can run, but you can't hide. But they want you to look at it to be able to release these fears, release all the thoughts and beliefs. So it opens up more, going, you know what? I'm open for whatever, Creator. I trust that you're going to bring me the perfect person in the perfect time, in the perfect way. And if I am not designed to have anyone in this lifetime, then so be it. I trust you. Now, I feel like you do have someone. You have the 6 of Pentacles at the bottom here too, which is equal giving and receiving, and it comes in here to represent codependent relationships, or this desire or energy that you've had, this drive to overgive, to receive little back. And I do have a video in my Take 10 with Zen series. If you go to my main page and scroll all the way to the top, there's playlists. And on the very top, one of those is Take 10 with Zen. You go into it, the playlist, and episode 4 and 5 have to do with bringing faded things to you sooner. And 5 is about the 6 of Pentacles. 4 is about energy. So I would encourage you to look at both of those, because I feel like they'll um, help you with this clearing away, this death and rebirth of your approach to marriage, and it allows different things to come in for you. So that's what's coming in, God's daughter. So hopefully that resonates there for you. All right. And then up next, we've got Nancy Bagel, or Bagel. Uh-oh, am I getting hungry? Uh, Hi, and you want to know, may you know what's coming for you in your job in the next 2 weeks? All right, let's see. What does Spirit want you to know about these next 2 weeks? All right. Wow, you definitely have some clarity coming into your job here. You've got both the King of Swords, who not only rules over the swords with the Queen, but gets a second portion of air. So they're the master of thought and belief and mindset and communication. The Page of Swords is the princess of in the introductory of the. So you got both of them have the Ace of Swords here, which is a gift that gives you higher perspective and clarity over your job, over your work life. And I feel like the next couple weeks, there's communication, I feel, that comes in here with this Page of Swords, new communication coming in, and clarity definitely being communicated around job duties, next steps. And I feel like there's if you're looking for a job, then this does say that there's um, communication that comes in here. If you have a dream that you're wanting to achieve, and this is outside of a job, this is like life purpose, career, this is what I want to do with my life, that involves higher education, it's a big, huge nudge here. If you have a job already, look into um, education assistance programs that they might even pay for your school. Or if you're looking for a new job, make sure that this new job has it, because I feel like it's part of your purpose, whatever it is you want to do, like your dream come true, how you want to express love to the world, might require some higher education, getting a degree of some sort or certification. But definitely check into that, because I feel like these next 2 weeks, I feel like you're existing in this, you're ready to start living and taking step towards uh, living your dream as you step towards learning about it. And that's part of living your dream, is having the education around it too, if that resonates. So I like that for you, Nancy. And that's what they have for you. Many blessings to you. All right. And then up next, we've got Nivea Lewis Jordan. You are up here. Let's see if we can get this to work. There we go. And you would like a love reading. Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what spirit wants you to know about love, love, love. All right. All right. Yeah, I see here that there's been some conflict around love between your head and your heart with this Five of Swords. And the Emperor card is, right in alignment with that too, because the Emperor is about, there's a lot of people telling them, this is the way that love is supposed to be. This is who I'm supposed to love. This is how I'm supposed to love. This is who I'm supposed to be. Blah blah blah. A lot of um, information, a lot of opinion that's been poured into our brain growing up. But our heart goes, but I want this. And the mind goes, no, 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 has to be this. It's on paper. We got to check off this stuff. The mind wants to control and it wants things to fit. But these are rooted in fear of not being lovable, fear of rejection, fear of what people will think. And the emperor is like, thank you everyone for your opinion. And they throw that out. Don't throw it out. They put it on the shelf. They're like, thank you for that. I'm going to put it over here. But now I'm the emperor. I'm going to make the decisions for my life because it's my life that I have to live. And so I'm going to choose what I want love to look like, who I want it to be, how I want it to be. And I'm defining it and I'm taking steps towards it. Part of all this too is um, allowing it to unfold and not so much about um, making like finding love is my goal or that's my passion is finding love. It's like, well, that's something that's an extra in life. It's like live your passion. If you enjoy pottery, go do a pottery class. Go, a place where you can use a potter's wheel and you buy the clay and you meet someone there that enjoys pottery too, and you hit it off and spark it. And that's where you find love. You have this mutual interest of passion and you get to enjoy it together. It's not, well, my main focus is that I'm in love and that then we can find something in common to do it. No, it's the opposite for you. It's you find things you love to do, and while you're doing things you love to do, you find someone else who loves the things you love to do, and you end up loving each other. So boom, that's the way it goes. That's your love reading. And you have the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom here, which is all about opportunities opening up in the outside world to go do things that you love. You even have the King of Wands on the bottom, which is just like the Emperor energy. Very similar, of taking steps towards your passions and your energy and expressing your energy, not waiting to live life till you find love, but live your life. And that's how you find love. So I like it. That's what they have. So many blessings to you. All right. Let me see how many more we've got here. All right. And then we are to Kelsbrick, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. You want to know, where does SM the Virgo see your relationship going? All right, let's take a look here. Virgo and Gemini combo, huh? Wow, you both are ruled by Mercury, so you guys love thinking, don't you? Let's take a look here. We are the overthinkers. Just think about it. All right, so let's take a look here. Where does the Virgo see your relationship going? So currently, based on their current energies, where do they see things going here? All right. You've got the Temperance card, which is a slow, methodical movement forward, going back and forth between the two cups. That's what the Temperance card. Let's see if we can get it to focus here. Maybe if I do this. Come on, focus. It's a beautiful card, if it'll focus here. Um, but it's the cups that are going back and forth here, back and forth between the two. Oh, come on, please, please. Well, you can kind of see it here, but it's going back and forth. And so this is a methodical approach that they have, right? And the reason why it's slow moving, they've had some challenging situations in their past with the Five of Pentacles. This is the, you know, abandonment, being left out in the cold, being left behind, lack feeling type of energy where they've had people that have ghosted them and abandoned them in the past. And so that's why they're slow in moving forward because they're like, they're just tired of people just, not being able to go the distance. And so if you feel like they're not getting attached very fast, they've just learned or taught themselves through the disappointments of other relationships all the way back into childhood, that they're just like, nope, you don't get attached yet because people always end up abandoning you. And they're working through that. And that's why they're taking their good old time here. And I don't feel like, where do they see the relationship going? They're trying not to look that far because of all that stuff we just talked about. It's like, I don't know, show me a family vacation, with Chevy Chase in it. And it's like, if you get your hopes up that, oh my God, we're gonna go to Wally World. I think it was Wally World. And it's like, we're gonna go there and wow, and they're getting all excited and they get to the parking lot and like it's closed. Oh man. And so they're trying to enjoy the journey, not look at the destination because whenever they did that before, it's been closed, right? And so they're trying not to focus on that, which is interesting. And they're just trying this new thing of looking at this moment, looking at this moment, looking at this moment. Is there any hopes deep in their heart that they're wanting it subconsciously? What's going on in there? Is there anything that they're willing to share? Yeah, they got Ace of Cups. So they do want it to head towards deeper love with the Ace of Cups, but they're trying to take their time. So hopefully that makes sense. So that's what they got there for you. Many blessings to you. All right. And then Ashvin Rai, you are up next. How will you meet your spouse? All right. Mail order bride. I'm just kidding. That's just a joke. Don't do it. Don't do it. So I'm sorry. It's been a busy weekend. I get a little punchy, a little delirious, having dealt with spirits so much this weekend. All right. So you do have the Page of Pentacles, which is this opportunity that opens up in the outside world. The Justice card, you know, is usually you're going to meet him in court. I'm just kidding. Um, the Justice card is this balancing out of things, and but it is like a it's they're giving me it's not like you meet him in court or through any kind of legal thing, but you do meet him at like a formal. It feels very formal. I feel like you meet him at a formal event and the opportunity opens up. So I feel like it's at a large gathering. It could be a wedding, it could be a celebration, but it's a large group of and it's like a mutual friend of a friend of a friend. It's like there's this large group though. It's like you don't know everybody there. It's like such a big group. And that's where you meet them in that process there. So I like that for you. So there you go. That's what they have. But it is a large gathering. It's an organized gathering. I'm trying to figure out this justice. It just feels when I see courthouse, but maybe it's just a building that looks like a courthouse or very, ooh, very formal type of gathering place. So if you have some sort of special invitation to some sort of gathering, definitely go and be at your best. Just be you. That's what they're going to fall in love with. But that's where you meet them there, Ashvin. So many blessings to you. I like that. I was pushing for more. They were pushing back. I was trying to go there, and they're like, boop, nope, boop. You can't know that yet. So I tried. All right. And then so many blessings to you. And then Vidi Jalan. Hi. What does 2024 have in store for you? And if we haven't mentioned it yet, I have the 2024 energy forecast. It's actually linked in the description box of the video, but it's also on my main page. There's a playlist for each individual zodiac sign. So if you want to get their overall general picture of love, career, money. And then also it splits out the year into 3 equal sections of 4 months, showing a blessing in each and details for each too, a few details. So be sure to check that out for additional information. And let's see, for your general reading, what does Spirit want you to know? And those were like 20, 25, 30-minute readings. So there's a lot of information in those. All right. Well, yeah. So you definitely have this clarity coming in. You got the Hierophant, which is your higher self drawing you forward, really bringing in and allowing you to understand the capital T truths of who do you want to be, what do you want to do, where do you want to go, how do you want to do it. So super, super year of clarity coming in for you. And the King of Pentacles is a very abundant card. One of the big things the King of Pentacles gleans from, because he does experience all of the Pentacle suit. He's moved up through the ranks. He's at the final stage. He learns through the Four Pentacles that when he defined himself by the outside world, he felt unstable, whether it was relationships, situations, or things, situations, job, career, education, things being our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions, that when he defined himself by it, he felt out of control and unstable, because that stuff is out of control and unstable. People, relationships, they change, they pass away, they walk away, right? Situations never stay the same, constantly move, constant change, instability, and things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, and stolen, right? So eventually they get tired of that, bored with it, and they turn inward and upward like, ta-da, that's where I've been looking for the only stable thing in this realm, the eternal unconditional love of the spirit world. And when they defined themselves by that, which from their viewpoint were priceless, then that's the foundation of their worth. And then everything else just changes in the outside world. We're not freaking out about it. Abundance flows very easily. We have everything we need inside of us. So we feel this huge expansion of feeling full and complete in the outside world, right? So that's what they have for you for this year, Vidi. But make sure to check out the that playlist for the 2024 energy update if you have not. And if you have, check an area, like if you want to know about work, check out where does your Saturn reside, even where does Jupiter reside in your birth chart, and check out that zodiac sign. If you want to know about love, look into your moon sign and your Venus sign. You can find out all sorts of information about how things will unfold next year. So I like it. All right. Then I'm to the final individual. If I missed anyone, my deepest apologies. I will be back next Friday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. And if anyone wants a personal reading, past life reading, birthday reading, I have a bunch of different services that I list in the description box down below. So if you need something between now and Friday, you can always, there's a cost to those, of course, but if you're looking for that, that's all available there. Or I have a ton of free content on my main page. Just follow your heart. Spirit will guide you to the video that has answers for you too. So there we go. So the final free reading for this session is jazz hands. You would like a general reading for the rest of January. What is coming towards you? All right, let's take a look here. What is coming towards you? All right. You get a bonus card. Let's take a look here. All right. Okay. Well, that makes sense with all this too. So what is coming towards you here? You have this movement. You have the World card, which is ending of major cycles, beginning of new adventures, the last card in the major arcana. And I feel like you have this ending of a relationship or relationships, definitely transformation of emotions, because the Knight of Cups is movement of emotion, but the Eight of Cups is also movement of emotion, but it's about leaving behind emotions that no longer serve you to make space for new love to come into your life. It's like if you are getting new furniture, you want, if you're getting new furniture, you got to get rid of the old furniture so they have room for the new furniture to come in or whatever, right? And this is about relationships too. You might have some relationships where you're investing a lot of emotional energy and not getting a whole lot back. Not that we do it to get stuff back, but there's a time in our life where we realize, when it's adults, especially if it's children, that's different. They only can give what they can give. But if and the relationships are give and take, even among adults, excuse me. But when you look at um, someone that you consistently give 80% to, and they give you 20% back, that's out of balance, right? And it can whittle that back to 50. And if they don't make up that other missing 30% in there, I'm good at my math, right? So if they don't do that, the the relationship just drifts away and you can let it. And then you get all that 50% back, and all that 80% you had invested comes back to you, and your emotional bank gets bigger and bigger, and that's what creates the space for an emotional relationship to come in. But if you have a lot of emotional energy you're investing in maintaining old emotions that don't serve you anymore, and unhealthy, out of balance, well, we won't call them unhealthy, let's call them out of balance relationships, you can let these go. You can stop investing in them or back off on them. And all this energy comes back, and that's what brings in love for you. And this is what, over the rest of January, it's the releasing of these emotions is what you're doing. And that allows love to come in, possibly even in February. Depends on how much you purging of those emotions. So that's what they have for you, Jazz, and many blessings to you. And thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you give the video. It does help spread the Zen love. So I'm very appreciative of that. And we are going to be back next Friday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. And so until I see you guys, just know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you guys too. Before I jump out, I will post a comment here in a moment. I'm going to make the list of all the readings I did in order, and I'll pin that comment so you can kind of see where your reading is among the mix. So until I see you guys again, enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you're in the world. Until then, much love to you. You hang in there, and you take care.